things that we think are a major factor in making this game happen. We have to look. Number one, if you're LSU right now definitely has to basically hit the three. Well, we got to hit the perimeter jumper for LSU, handle the traps. For Kentucky, they have to hit the three, force the turnover, and convert. They have to be able, Kentucky, to knock that three down. If they don't knock it down, they're in trouble.
We are set to go. The officials, John Clockerty, David Day, Tom Lotz. Clockerty, the referee. And O'Neal easily controls the tap, but Feldhaus will kick it up to Richie Farmer. Farmer's number 32. Woods, they'll move it around, looking for the three. Woods is 11. That's Feldhaus. Number 12, in and out, won't go. Loose ball, and Mashburn comes up with it.
They don't waste any time getting good ball movement, trying to line up behind that three-point shot. They want to shoot 30 of these a game.
Farmer nails it.
One of the reasons he's been inserted in the starting lineup to provide the perimeter game. He and Feldhaus normally come off the bench.
Hughes, number 20. That's Justin Anderson, a senior, a transfer from Cal Irvine, who's already graduated from LSU. He'll look for the three.
Roger, the wing jump shot's going to be open. Caesar's going to be wide open, so will Anderson.
O'Neal, the offensive board. Stick back, won't go, and Woods gets the rebound. Woods is a pretty good rebounder for a small guy. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Sean Woods, a very important part of the Kentucky basketball team. When he plays under control for Rick Pitino, they are really dynamite. He has a tendency to get a little bit out of control.
Dick, what's Kentucky going to do defensively against LSU?
Well, they're collapsing inside with Feldhaus and Mashburn. One in front, one behind.
Feldhaus with the rebound, and here comes Kentucky. They lead it 3-0.
Oh, unique defense right now. A unique defense.
They call it a freak defense, Dick?
Well, he's playing a diamond and one. He's going to play man-to-man on Pelfrey, but wide open are the wings.
Farmer can't get it. O'Neal the rebound.
They'll play a diamond with Shaquille at the back of the diamond, and they'll have Vernil Singleton chase Pelfrey everywhere he goes.
Caesar from the corner for three.
That's what I said a little bit earlier, Roger. The wings will be wide open because of the presence of Shaquille in the lane. The perimeter jump shot on the wings will be available.
That was Clarence Caesar, a 6'7" freshman from Iowa, Louisiana.
Yeah, not Iowa. It's spelled like Iowa, but it's Iowa. See, there's Shaquille at the back of the diamond. And Singleton is chasing Mashburn. Everywhere he goes, he plays a man-to-man.
Farmer, his third three-pointer hits it.
Rick Pitino already showing the strategy from the sideline. Inserts Farmer in a game, and he's already productive. See the double up inside? Feldhaus in front of him.
Pernell Singleton's 24. He'll kick it out to Caesar. Pump fake, left-handed shot, hits it.
Wide open again. He is going to become a big player in this game, Roger, because that shot in that wing is there all night because of the presence of Shaquille.
Clarence Caesar's got all 5 points. Farmer's got all 6. As Kentucky, you think Kentucky will try to take the air out of the ball a little bit today, Dick?
Well, maybe just a little, but that's not their style. Their style is to pressure, to run, to shoot the quick three.
Farmer the miss. Good offensive board by Darren Feldhaus.
Feldhaus was a member of my all-Havlicek team, one of the best 6 men in all of basketball.
Feldhaus has had some big games against LSU in his career at Kentucky.
Had 27 last year at Kentucky. They were beaten easily here, though, last year by LSU. Shaquille's had 2 monster games last year against Kentucky.
Pelfrey sets, air ball. Well, they told you here. I didn't have to tell you. Justin Anderson had the rebound. This is Pugh. Averages just over a point a game. He doesn't like to shoot it, but Anderson will, and hits.
The wings are open, and if they're knocking down the perimeter shot, we talked about that as one of the keys. That's going to allow Shaquille to get better passing angles inside to Shaquille O'Neal.
8-6. LSU leads it, and Dale Brown's getting ready to send Hansen into the game here.
I think Hansen becomes a key player. He has not had a lot of quality minutes this year, but I think now they've made a decision to start to play him a little bit more. The reason he's important, he can shoot the ball as well as handle it.
Mismatch out top with Pugh on Feldhaus. The Pelfrey inside gets caught, finds Farmer, and they'll swing it back out around that perimeter.
What LSU is doing right now is they're taking Mashburn out of the game by playing a man-to-man.
Oh, O'Neal redirected that shot right there by Woods.
And look at him run the court. He wants the lob. He thought he missed him.
Singleton takes it baseline, the leaner. The push underneath by Mashburn. There are a couple of big men, but O'Neal at 7 feet, 295 pounds. Mashburn's not afraid to shoot the three. One of their better three-point shooters.
Well, it's going to be tough for him to get shots today with his defense, with Singleton chasing them all over. That is the sign of respect when they play you in that special defense, Roger. See right here, look at Singleton, 24. He chases Mashburn everywhere he goes.
Farmer blocked by 2, and Anderson comes up with it.
And look at Shaquille running down the court. They got to throw the lob.
He runs the floor as well as any 7-footer that's ever played the game.
I think he is fantastic. I was watching him in practice yesterday. He's got everything a coach dreams of a big man to have. Strength, agility, mobility. They missed him. Ooh.
Tried to get it inside, but you had Mashburn, Pelfrey, and Feldhouse all around him.
Not a good pass. You're trying to make the entry to the big post player. Throw the lob. Don't throw the little bounce pass because now you reduce him to 5'11".
LSU leads at 8-6. We'll be right back.
It's a Big 8 battle when the Missouri Tigers invade Oklahoma or other key conference matchups. It's game 1 of a regional doubleheader next Sunday on ABC Sports.
Roger, watch the diamond defense right now. Look at 24. We've shaded him. Singleton. He is going to chase Mashburn in blue 24. He plays him man-to-man, and the other 4 people play a diamond with Shaquille O'Neal in the lane so they can keep Shaquille out of foul trouble. It's going to be very difficult for Mashburn, 24, to get a lot of good looks at the basket with his special defense. Dale Brown calls it a freak defense. I said, Dale, cut it out. The only way it's a freak if you play with 6 and they play with 5.
LSU, a good defensive team, last year led the Southeastern Conference in field goal percentage defense, allowing the opposition just 40% of their shots. This year, they're about 41%, so this is a good defensive team.
I think they should even be better. With the presence of Shaquille in the lane, I don't think people should shoot better than 40% against him.
Mike Hansen has checked into the game, number 11, a 6-foot junior from Madrid, Spain. Played on the Spanish national team. Good basketball player.
Had an outstanding year last year. This year came back and lost his starting job. Singleton locked up Allen Houston against LSU, the Tennessee superstar. And he's doing that tonight against Mashburn.
Farmer 2 of 6 from three-point land and traveling on Caesar. Now, Hansen can shoot it. He can also dish it for LSU. That's something that Pugh can't do as you look at Dale Brown right there in his 3rd decade of coaching here at LSU.
Well, the big win they had was at Alabama, and the reason was the play of Hansen. He had 3 big threes. He handled the pressure of Lynn Sanderson's team down in Tuscaloosa, and I think you're going to start to see him get a lot more minutes.
He's got that international experience, too, which gives him an edge on a lot of college players.
Singleton loves the challenge of chases. Right now, chasing Mashburn.
Battle between Hansen and Farmer, and it's going to be LSU basketball. You mentioned Singleton. He might be the best all-around athlete on this LSU team.
Well, he's been a 4-year starter, and he's really an improved player, and it was every year he's added a new dimension. One year he's added a little bit range to his jump shot. Another year he added some ball handling skills. He's an outstanding offensive rebounder. His freshman year, he played center here.
He's 6'7". He's a senior from Natchez, Mississippi. Hansen for 3. Hit!
That's why he should play, my friends. That's why he should play. He provides the one ability they need, the perimeter jump shot, so that the defenses could extend and you could jam it inside to Shaquille.
In for Kentucky right now is number 31, Dale Brown, a 6'3" junior who was born here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And Coach Dale Brown met player Dale Brown last night for the first time at a restaurant here in town.
Yeah, we were at the restaurant. It was great to hear Patino and Brown hook up, watching that psychological warfare with each of them.
LSU's on an 8-0 run. They lead it 11-6.
Both these clubs really have not gotten any scoring out of their big people because of the special defenses, Mashburn and O'Neal.
Hansen to Anderson. 3-point land. And over the top, it's going to be on Caesar.
Caesar's a kid with a lot of confidence. He's a diaper dandy, a freshman from Iowa. He's a left-handed player with some really good skills offensively.
First foul of the game with 13:07. And this has been a problem, Dick, for Kentucky in several of the last games, as you see Kentucky 2 of 8, and LSU 3 or 4 from three-point land.
Well, they're really a pretty good three-point shooting team, LSU, shooting better than 40%, but they don't take the number that Kentucky takes.
Kentucky scores 18 more points by the three-pointer per game than their opposition.
Oh, he's going to take it right at Shaquille.
Wood blocked by
Go away, baby. Get it for rejection city.
Anderson inside. Singleton loses it. Here comes Woods. And the foul's going to be on Anderson.
Woods was trying to set up Feldhaus. Shaquille really covers the inside. Look at 33. Pelfrey says, no way, but I'm going to dump it off. But there's the quickness inside by Shaquille, the excellent timing.
4.6 blocks per game this year for Shaquille O'Neal.
He's got to improve himself on the free throw line. He was working on that yesterday. Ready for this? He had a great game against Tennessee, but he was 2 for 13 on the free throw line.
Travis Ford has just checked into the game for Kentucky as Feldhaus is trapped inside. Out to Pelfrey. Ford's a sophomore from Madisonville, Kentucky, transferred from Missouri.
Outstanding shooter. He's had problems with injuries. He's had a knee problem. Played at Missouri under Norm Stewart.
Mashburn for 3.
First look that he's had at the basket. Jamal Mashburn from out of New York City has been an outstanding player since the day he put the uniform on.
Caesar misses the 3. O'Neal, the offensive board. He exposes it, takes it short into the hole and gets it.
Friends, you're watching a 7-1, 295 with agility, mobility, and I'm telling you, he can also have a lot of hostility when he takes it to the goal.
13-9, LSU leads it by 4.
He was like a ballerina. He looked like Baryshnikov.
Feldhaus for 3. In and out. Singleton the rebound. Here comes Caesar.
He's got Shaquille trailing. He got
fouled by Ford. Caesar reminds me of Stacey Augmon, who can shoot it.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a tremendous compliment.
Just in their style, the way they move.
Stacey was so versatile down at UNLV, now playing with the Atlanta Hawks, but he has that look to him. See, right now, there's that drive by Shaquille O'Neal. We're watching a 7-1, 290. Are you serious? That should be illegal.
That's because he's the real deal. Roger Twyville, Dick Vitale back with you at the Deaf Dome in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 13-9 LSU. Dick, can you go to the Final Four with a three-point shot?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Rick Pitino did it in 1987 when they made that run with Providence. They went to the Final Four. Billy Donovan, now his assistant coach, shot the 3. I think if they get hot, they can create so many problems. Yes, they can. Logically, I don't expect them to because they don't have enough balance, perimeter people and inside people. But certainly it can happen because they're so explosive with that 3.
That was Dale Brown who got the rebound off the miss by Mike Hansen. Kentucky trails it by 4. 13-9, just over 11 minutes left to go first half from Baton Rouge. Way outside is Brown, in and out, and O'Neal his 6th rebound.
I'll tell you one thing, there's not a better Windex man in America cleaning the glass than Shaq takes it to the rack. Mr. O'Neal, he wants to lob. Timing is so important. Sherman Douglas threw the lob better than anyone in college basketball at Syracuse.
Feldhaus on the front, Mashburn behind him.
But he wants to lob. Throw it to the hand. They can't handle him.
Singleton misses. Anderson battling for the rebound. It's off Mashburn. It will be LSU basketball. There's a good look at Jamal Mashburn.
He's one of the better Souths in America. I think the 3 top sophomores in the nation are Grant Hill, Mashburn, and Rodney Rogers at Wake Forest. Another great one is Kendrick Warren at Virginia Commonwealth. Doesn't get any publicity.
Anderson for 3. Hit!
Anderson, a transfer from Cal Irvine, a specialist, a 3-point shooter who may go on to pre-med school.
He's already graduated with a degree in psychology, and he wants to be a doctor. Matter of fact, we're going to have him come and talk to you after the game, Dick.
I could use it. Oh, they can't get any shot. Notice how they throw the ball out all the time.
Brown misses, tipped outside by Singleton. The lead pass to Caesar.
Lob it. Now, throw the lob. He's pointing. He wants to lob.
Good defensive play by Feldhaus, who ran down the floor that time. As we've got a substitution for LSU is 32, Harold Boudreaux will check into the game. He's a 6'9 senior.
Richie Farmer on the floor as well.
Yep.
Roger, I want to make this point. When you have a 7'1 guy with his agility and his reach, you throw the ball down on his feet, you make him 5'11".
Anderson! Justin Anderson with his 3rd three-pointer. And LSU with their biggest lead by 10, 19-9.
And they say we can shoot the 3 too.
Out of Valley City, North Dakota, transfer from Cal Irvine. Feldhaus.
Last North Dakota player to play here was Glenn Hansen, who also played in the NBA, played at LSU.
LSU doing a great job defensively. Ford from three-point land. It won't go. Anderson could have gotten Pelfrey over the top, and no call.
They have to shoot 40% from the three-point line for them to have a chance to win. Less than 40%, it'll be very difficult to get a W here in Baton Rouge from the perimeter.
Hansen to the hole. Mashburn gets the rebound. The officials today, Dick, are letting them play as Caesar gets the steal, but he steps out of bounds right here in front of our broadcast position. And Patino wants to talk to Feldhaus and tell him, come on, let's settle this thing down.
Last year he had food poisoning, and he was in a room with intravenous before he came to this game with 104 temperature, and then got blown out, and that certainly didn't help his feeling. He is such a fiery competitor. There is no doubt he's one of the great teachers in the game today, Roger.
Travis Ford, Pelfrey, Farmer, Feldhaus, and Mashburn, the lineup for Kentucky.
See, the three-point shot is really established by throwing the ball inside and then back out. Inside, outside.
Farmer from three. Won't go. O'Neal. I mean, Feldhaus had no chance that time, as hard as he tried to get the rebound, because O'Neal takes up so much space, as Brandon now has checked into the game. Jamie Brandon, the sophomore from Chicago. Caesar hits for three.
Kentucky's going to have to make some decisions. And one decision is, do we stand inside and pack it on Shaquille, or do we extend and play the wing people?
A 19-3 run for LSU. They lead at 22-9.
And Shaquille doesn't have one basket in the run.
Kentucky has gone for over 4 minutes without scoring. Caesar the steal. Brandon. And he's fouled underneath by Richie Farmer.
Jamie Brandon. No, they don't want that sign up there. Bring on Duke. Everybody says bring on Duke. And Grant Hill and company says we'll be there. They come here, by the way, next week.
So far, Dick, LSU is showing Kentucky and everyone we can do it without going inside to O'Neal every time.
Well, you can't just have the one guy carry it. Everybody else has got to make some contributions. I think right now the key, and why this is a different team than I saw earlier, is that he's playing the proper combinations, using guys on the perimeter like Hansen and Anderson.
Brandon is a 77% free throw shooter, and he is the best three-point field goal shooter on this team. He's had a tough time, Dick, adjusting to the LSU program.
Well, he's had a tough time because they played him at the point position. He's really a second guard. He's probably their most talented perimeter player in terms of quickness, athletic ability. He's from out of Martin Luther King High School out in Chicago, where he was rated one of the top 5 players in America.
Foul was on Boudreaux after the second misser. Boudreaux's a guy that stepped forward against Kentucky on several occasions and had big games.
Well, had a big game against Tennessee, hit two big threes last week in the first half. Kentucky knows they can't get anything in the lane. Everything has to come from the perimeter. And the diamond is allowing LSU to get on the wings.
Travis Ford hits the three. Boy, that breaks a dry spell of some 5 minutes.
Travis always wanted to wear the Kentucky uniform, but they didn't recruit him, and he went down to Missouri. And then when they were put on probation, he left Missouri and came back home.
22-12, 7:30 to go, first half. Rather low scoring first half so far, but a lot of action as Brandon will take the three off the front of the rim, and Richie Farmer comes up with it.
Also, Kentucky likes to get scores off their defensive ability, forcing the turnover with traps, and we have not seen that here, where they're getting that turnover and that layup.
LSU leads Kentucky by 10. We'll be back to Baton Rouge in a moment. LSU leads Kentucky by 10, and folks, you're getting a chance to see today one of the great college centers in the history of the game. But how does it stack up this year?
I think it's a year of the big man. I think these 5 guys have been outstanding. Certainly O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning, who I believe will be the first senior taken in the NBA draft. Christian Laettner, Adam Keefe is really an unknown player. And Oliver Miller can even go up the ladder if he would trim down. I also think as we look at Arkansas, pure talent is the best team in the nation. And at the end of the year, they will be the team to beat. In fact, Dale Brown says it's the best team that's ever come into LSU this year. They blew out LSU here, and they also blew out Kentucky at Kentucky.
That's one thing Kentucky and LSU have in common. They've lost on their home floor to Arkansas this year. As they tried to flash Mashburn on the baseline, it didn't work. The turnover, and it's LSU basketball. Boudreaux, Hansen, Justin Anderson, Shaquille O'Neal, And Clarence Caesar in the game right now for the Tigers of LSU.
Feldhaus.
Boudreaux won't go, and Mashburn, good position that time against O'Neal.
They have not thrown one lob up to Shaquille yet today.
Kentucky 4 of 15 from three-point range. LSU 6 of 10.
They're not going to win here today shooting 4 for 15. They have to pick this up.
Travis Ford won't go, and O'Neal the rebound. Yet another. As O'Neal on the year averaging nearly 14 boards a game. He's got 8 already.
Throw the lob up to him.
Hail Caesar!
Caesar says, I like that, Roger. Hail Caesar. That's supposed to be my line. Come on, Roger. You're stealing my show.
Nick, he's got 11.
I tell you, great working with you again. We did it about 5-6 years ago.
Well, it's just fun to come here and watch you before the game. That gets everybody going. That's half the show.
I love being with the fans.
This is a terrific game. 25-12. LSU leads it with just under 6 minutes to go. First half from Baton Rouge.
You know Kentucky's going to make a spurt and a run. They're just too talented. See the inside, outside. The ball goes inside.
And the whistle.
What a good job in scouting by Dale Brown and his staff. They really have studied the strengths and weaknesses of LSU, and Dale Brown's team is making sure they're minimizing the number of looks that Pelfrey gets at the basket, Mashburn. They're keeping them away from shooting the basketball.
Foul was on Boudreaux. Mashburn from outside, and Justin Anderson the rebound. And here comes Hansen for LSU. They lead it by 13. Boudreaux from the foul line. Dale Brown the rebound.
Roger, if I were coaching LSU now, I'd call my players on the side and say, fellas, we got a 7-1 superstar, and we got to throw the lob up to him a little bit. We got to get him involved in the game offensively, even though we're getting productivity from the wings.
Pelfrey hasn't scored so far in this game. Mashburn has but 3. Mashburn baseline hits it.
Well, the reason they're out of the diamond and one now, they're not playing them head-to-head, so now he should get a few more looks.
25-14, a rare two-pointer. Boudreaux in the lane. O'Neal.
Oh, yes. How do you stop it? He says, fellas, if you don't get me the ball, I'll just get it off the rack, and I'll take it to the goal. Are you serious?
Just his second hoop. O'Neal with 4, 27-14. The 3 from outside, and Dale Brown knocks it down.
He's a very explosive shooter. He's very streaky. Came out of junior college, played at Pascagoula High School in Mississippi. And you ready for this? Shane Matthews played at that high school. Terrell Buckley from Florida State. Matthews from Florida.
Hansen
football
hits it. What a spark Hansen's been off the bench.
Mike Hansen's got to get more playing time. He needs more PT. He can be valuable to this team.
Ford from three-point land. Won't go. Long rebound to Mike Hansen. 29-17. Cross court. Caesar.
He's got that slingshot kind of left-handed shot. LSU's playing a 2-3 matchup now, so Mashburn should get some shots.
Saturday World Championship Boxing is back with the premiere of the Fruit of the Loom Professional Boxing Series. That's coming up next Saturday. We're going to take a pause right now with 3:59 left to go first half. LSU leads it by 12. Shaquille O'Neal with just 4 points, but one of them will send the Dunkometer sky high. Dick last year over 27 points, led the nation, 14 rebounds, third in block shots. Got off to a slow start, and people say, hey, if he stays in college, he's not going to get any better. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't really buy that because, first of all, he's facing a multitude of defenses here. He has to work against all kinds of combinations, double teams. He has a big guy to play with him in practice by the name of Hammock, at least to have a 7-footer to play against. Plus the fact, I simply say this, did it hurt Jabbar, Walton, Sampson, Ewing, Olajuwon? They all stayed in school.
Brandon misses the three-point attempt. 29-17, 3:45 to go. First half from Baton Rouge. Jamel Martinez has checked into the game, number 44 for Kentucky.
Roger, I think it's great that a young guy has put his priorities in order and saying the money will be there later. There's nothing wrong with trying to be young and to be a kid and to stay in college.
And nobody's asking him about that. Are you having any fun here? Are you making some progress? And yeah, he is making progress on his degree. And he made some progress on that, but they're going to call it goaltending. Credit the hoop to Dale Brown.
Anytime you try to as he lays it up, and you try to block the shot directly in the front of the rim, you're definitely going to be called 9 out of 10 times for goaltending.
A lot of full court pressure that time by Kentucky.
Martinez doesn't have anywhere near the strength to play him. Mashburn's a very strong player.
Martinez, a 6'8" sophomore from Miami, where he was on consecutive state high school championship teams. Believe it or not, he's put on 20 pounds from last year as O'Neal goes up and gets it counted.
I mean, that is just pure, unbelievable strength. That is awesome, baby. Magnificent, baby, with a capital F. What a great second effort. Are you kidding? Watch this, Roger. The turnover, little jumper. Now they're going to try to box him out. He comes in, attacks the glass, takes it up right at Martinez. Then he says, come on, Mashburn, you try and get me.
Foul is on Mashburn, his first, and Shaquille O'Neal struggled at the free throw line, Dick. About 54%, knocks that one down.
I'll tell you one thing, you're being very kind. 2 for 13 his last game against Tennessee, but he stayed here all afternoon yesterday working on a free throw line.
He's got 7 points, 10 rebounds, 4 on the offensive glass, 32-19 with 2:45 to go.
Change defenses out of the timeout. They're playing man-to-man, but you see Shaquille's going to let Martinez shoot the ball, basically.
But he's not a bad three-point shooter, Martinez.
He's not going to chase him all over the floor.
Everybody on Kentucky shoots the three except for Riddick. There's Martinez, three-point land. And O'Neal.
That's a big-time rebound. I mean, that is big time. That belongs with the Ewings and the Olajewons when you talk about a big-time rebounder. And amazing, he's only 19 years of age.
Kentucky, 5 of 20 on 3 points. LSU, 7 of 12. Loose ball. Dale Brown picks it up 3-on-3 with Mashburn on the wing. Between the legs inside. Got it.
He's one of the premier power forwards in the nation. You're not going to find many power forwards at 6'9", about 230 with that kind of mobility.
A lot of pressure by Kentucky right now. Anderson gets it to O'Neal in the middle. Boy, what a weapon it is to have him in the middle. He can handle the ball.
Well, as long as he reduces the passing lane by stepping to the basketball. See, a lot of guys wait for the ball to come to them. You must reduce that pass by stepping up to it.
Anderson double teamed on the baseline. Singleton down low and is hammered by Martinez from behind.
LSU's got some really fine athletes other than Shaquille when you're talking about Singleton and Jamie Brandon, Caesar. There's Singleton, number 24, a 4-year starter, about 6'7" inside. It's knocked to the deck. Against Tennessee and Arkansas, you ready for this number? They went to the free throw line against Kentucky 108 times. Tennessee went 59 times, and Arkansas 49, and Arkansas knocked down 41.
And Singleton makes the first one, 67% free throw shooter. Coming up at halftime, the Foot Locker Slam Fest first round action. Long jump world record holder Mike Powell and the Eagles linebacker Seth Joyner. You also see Barry Bonds, the Pirates, and volleyballer Adam Johnson. In the first of a series of discussions, Wilt Chamberlain got a chance to meet with Mike Powell. That's a Slam Fest, Foot Locker Slam Fest.
I really feel sorry for Barry Bonds. He only got $4.7 million. Come on, Barry, give me the .7. You keep the $4 million.
For Singleton, his first points of the game.
Look at that agility and balance.
O'Neal releases Justin Anderson.
Wes Unseld outlet.
Foul from behind.
Did you see the outlet by Shaquille? First of all, he's like a ballerina to keep the ball alive, and then with all the grace, he ignites it with the Wes Unseld. Now look at the ballerina right here. Look at this. He keeps the ball alive. Now he goes up and catches it, and then boom, right out from the chest. Wes Unseld was unreal doing that, the former Louisville All-American. And there's the contact.
Foul was on Dale Brown, and Justin Anderson will go to the line for LSU. Anderson, best free throw shooter for the Tigers, 82%. And he knocks that one down.
Kentucky gets a host of talent next year. They have the premier recruiting class in America. Rick Pitino and his staff really cleaned up, getting Roderick Rhodes from out of New Jersey, one of the top 4 high school players in the nation. In fact, there's one of the 4 still available. His name is Othella Harrington from out of Mississippi, Murrah High School. And LSU is one of his final choices with Arkansas and Georgetown in the running.
Second foul on Clarence Caesar with 1:19 to go. Dale Brown, he's a motivator. Some people say, Dick, that Dale Brown's the type of coach that will do better with the Ricky Blanton team back in '86. Nobody expected him to do anything. A lot of pressure on him and Shaquille O'Neal to take it all the way to the championship.
Well, I would like that pressure. I'd rather have talent and a chance to win than no talent.
Bad play by Pelfrey.
Look at him handle the rock. Look at him handle the rock.
The middle.
Are you serious?
Oh, he missed it.
He bricked it. He bricked it. But America, you saw 7-1, putting the ball to the floor like a little guard. I can't believe it, Roger. I can't believe it. Oh, if that would have went down, this roof would have exploded.
34-21, 45 seconds left to go, first half. Feldhaus, couple of fakes. Man, O'Neal's there. Kicks it out to the weak side. Pelfrey on the baseline.
No
Mashburn. Kentucky really struggling.
Roger, did you see him dribble the length of the court? He went the length of the court. 7-1.
29 seconds left to go tonight. Peter Jennings hosts a special from ABC News, Growing Up in the Age of 8. Your whole family should watch this together starting at 6:30, 5:30 Central. Then it's an all-new edition of America's Funniest Home Videos and Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. All tonight here on ABC as Kentucky will take one last shot in the first half.
Well, they changed their defense again, Dale Brown. They look right now at Mashburn, and they're playing the diamond and one again with Singleton chasing Mashburn. Came out of the man-to-man.
LSU leads it by 13. Pelfrey inside. Scoop won't go. Mashburn
Scored a basket. Scored a
will
basket.
get it. It'll be goaltending on Shaquille O'Neal.
Not a good play right there.
Dick, every big man has got a little point guard inside of him, doesn't he?
Oh, little HD time, hot dog time. Watch the 7-1. Look at the dribble. Look at him handling the rock. Are you kidding? He's making like the late Pistol Pete who used to play here.
Oh, and Travis Ford's just hoping. He's just hoping that he doesn't get clobbered.
Wow.
34-23 at halftime. We'll return to ABC's college basketball after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Pick up the loose ball. Look at the low. Change of direction. Everybody reach it. We're watching 7-1. 290 pounds. Look at this. Look at Travis Ford. He says, no, Shaquille, no. And he bricks it. I'm going to put him on my All-Mason team. Now take another look. Shake, rattle, roll. And his grandma in Jersey City screams, that's my little guy. She called him up about 2 weeks ago. She says, Sean, his nickname is Sean because his middle name is Rashawn. And he says, Sean, you're awfully meek. I'm watching you on TV. You're not playing strong enough.
Dick, 5 of 21 in the first half, and Kentucky this year has not lost many basketball games. They're 15-4, but when they have lost, look at their three-point shooting.
Yeah, other than Arkansas, and if they don't shoot like that against Arkansas, it's a total blowout. That game was close up until the 10-minute mark, and then Arkansas broke it open. But look at the 3 games where they shot horrendous and lost, and look at some key wins. Indiana, they shoot 47.8. West Virginia, the NIT, the Louisville game, Notre Dame game. When they're shooting the 3, they are effective. I personally think has really had this team overachieve all year long because they're limited along the baseline, and I definitely think they've been overrated in the ratings to be a top 10 team in the nation.
Hugh back in to start the second half. Caesar outside. Won't go, and Sean Woods the rebound. So it's Farmer and Woods, Mashburn, Pelfrey, who was shut out in the first half, and Feldhaus for Kentucky.
They have to find some shots for Pelfrey.
Feldhaus misses. Loose ball. Anderson with the save, and it'll be Kentucky basketball. You mentioned Shaquille's grandmother, Jersey. Let's say hi to John Vitale, St. Mary's Hospital, Passaic, New Jersey. I know your dad's been ill this weekend. We hope he has a speedy recovery, Dick.
Well, thanks a lot, Raj. I know that he'd rather me be at the game, Dad. Hope everything works out.
34-23, just underway, second half from Baton Rouge. Inside, and look at Mashburn took it up against O'Neal.
Peter Gaudette, the assistant coach at Duke, sitting behind me. We were talking at halftime, and he said, you have to bring the ball at Shaquille a little bit more. And I know for a fact that Duke, when they come here, you better believe they will attack inside. But they got personnel that can attack.
Lob to Shaquille O'Neal from T.J. Pugh.
About time, throwing the ball up to Mr. O'Neal. That's unstoppable. Back in the diamond again and one with Singleton playing Mashburn.
36-25. Pelfrey, he's hesitating on that shot. He's getting it, he's open, and he's hesitating as Kentucky turns the ball over.
What they're doing is they're quickly recognizing that Pelfrey's an outstanding shooter, and they're matching up on him. Here's TJ Pugh. I've been screaming about that the entire game, Roger. That shot is available because of his agility.
While we're in the replay, the turnover by LSU. Pelfrey for the three. Kentucky just can't get that three-pointer down.
And they only get one shot at the basket.
LSU, remember, had that 19-3 run in the first half to bust this thing open. And they have the 11-point lead. Caesar misses off the front of the rim.
Very streaky shooter. He's a streaky shooter.
In the middle to Mashburn. Feldhaus comes up with it. And the foul underneath is going to be on Singleton. While we've got a moment, let's bring you some scores of some other games. UCLA ranked second easily over Louisville in Louisville today.
Louisville's really been a disappointment. Look at Ohio State. Good win going down to Michigan. Jimmy Jackson and company, that's a real big win. Michigan had just beaten
Iowa by one over Purdue.
Hey, that was a big win. I'll tell you why.
And at halftime, Oklahoma State leads Missouri. That game in Stillwater.
Well, they don't lose there. They've been undefeated. Look at Arizona, 17+. Eddie Sutton hasn't lost a game at home in 2 years as the coach up in Stillwater. The big win by Ohio State. Michigan had just beaten Michigan State up at Michigan State. They were down like 14, came from behind, beat Judd Heathcote's team, and then Judd's team comes back last night and blows out Indiana.
Feldhaus, an 80% free throw shooter, gets his first two.
Trying to get to the trap. Going to invite him into a trapping area. Here's the trap when you spin.
And they get it from behind. Farmer tipped it from behind. Pelfrey behind the back and the easy two. And that's what Kentucky does. They're not the quickest people in the world. They get you from behind a lot.
Well, they recover really well. They chart that as well. They call that deflections. He learned that under UB Brown when Rick Pitino was an assistant under UB with the New York Knicks. Chart deflection.
First 2 points for Pelfrey. Now, 36-29, 7-point game, and another turnover.
There's the deflection again. Dale Brown needs a timeout if they score right here. If they score and knock this down, you better get a TO, Dale.
Mashburn misses the three. Feldhaus the long rebound. And Kentucky will go to Pelfrey in the corner, and they're going to set things up to Richie Farmer, wide open, three-point. Feldhaus the rebound again.
They're out hustling LSU right now when you're getting that many opportunities.
Two great plays right there by Farmer and Feldhaus.
Offensive rebounding. The key is that you're playing aggressive basketball.
Blocked by O'Neal.
What great time.
In the middle.
Trail. You got the trail, man.
And Pelfrey from behind knocks it away, but it's off Farmer, and it'll be LSU basketball.
It's important to communicate in transition to let the guy know you're trailing. Now watch Pelfrey right here with the behind-the-back dribble. See, he's going to go around his back, and that's set up. That wasn't to be a hot dog. That was an effective behind-the-back dribble to get away from the defensive player.
Kentucky's outscored LSU 6-2 to start the second half as they go to Shaquille O'Neal.
He's added the jump hook, and the reason he's added it, he worked one-on-one with the big redhead, Bill Walton, who worked with him on that jump hook, and look at that intensity. I'd love to play for him because the guy has his heart and soul in everything he does.
Walton has visited here. Abdul-Jabbar, Julius Irving. They've all come to visit this young fella, Shaquille O'Neal, and stress the importance of his education and what he wants to do with his life. Woods kicks it out to Farmer. Tipped there by Jamie Brandon, who's checked into the game. And over and back. Saturday, World Championship Boxing is back with the premiere of the Fruit of the Loom Professional Boxing Series. 3 weeks of world title bouts begin with the fighter of the year, undefeated James Toney, considered the king of the middleweights, will put his crown and his reputation on the line against challenger Dave Tiberi. That's live. Coverage begins at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, right here on ABC.
Jamie Brandon playing the point. Outstanding athlete, but he's really a slasher and a driver.
O'Neal with 3 men on him. Can he kick it back out? Does he take it in?
He has really taken his game to a new level from when I saw him earlier this year. And last year, he was dominant here against Arizona. There's some words being exchanged. John Clarkerty's an outstanding official. Had the final game in Seattle in a national championship between Seton Hall and between Michigan back in 1989.
Travis Ford in the game for Kentucky. We mentioned Brandon is checked in.
Let's break down his technique right here on the free throw line. I personally think, I was talking to him yesterday, that he gets too much palm on the basketball. He has the big hand, and the ball slides into his palm, and that's why he doesn't get the good rotation.
Dick, he's shooting 54%. He's been to the line 130 times so far this year.
Chris Webber also struggles on a free throw line for Michigan. See, that's Brick City, and the reason for that, the ball slides deep into the palm of his hand. You have to get fingertip control to get that good backspinner rotation.
38-29, just over 16 minutes ago, another three-pointer miss. He should take lessons from you about free throw shooting. What'd you hit, about 8 in a row before the game out here tonight?
I had this place going crazy, didn't I? Hey, look, they were cheering me on. That's what gave me the impetus. I loved having the crowd. The hot dog in me came out.
Oh, Dick, you got so much mustard on you. Better call you Heinz or something.
There's that diamond again, playing that diamond defense. What I simply mean is they're playing a four-man zone. There's Brandon with the good, quick hands.
Brandon the steal from behind. Brandon with over 20 steals on the year. Baseline to Singleton in it.
Singleton with the good power move along the baseline.
His first basket, 3 points for Vernell Singleton, and it's 40-29, back to an 11-point lead. That's where we were at halftime with 15:30 to go. Another turnover, still loose. Mashburn finally comes away with it.
Kentucky, because of the presence of the three-point shot, can get back in the game quickly. They've been a little bit cold right here starting the second half from 3.
Feldhaus bounces it off his knee. Just the mere presence of Shaquille O'Neal behind him changes everything.
They'll have a big guy next year to help him by the name of Rodney Dent, a junior college guy at Kentucky. Roderick Rhodes will help him on the inside, but they're not there today.
You'd rather walk than drive an American car.
Roger Tribal, Dick Vitale back with you. Shaquille O'Neal, 11 points. He's got 14 rebounds. And Dick, you mentioned at the top, he's planning on staying for his senior year. That's what you understand. And here's some other guys who've stayed for 4.
Yeah, here's 5 guys. They decided they wanted to enjoy their collegiate days and stay on a college campus, and I don't see anything wrong with it. Everybody's saying, how could he turn down possibly $25-30 million over 5 years? He's insured right now for $2.7 million by Lloyd's of London, and that was made possible through the NCAA. He has to pay back the rate on that once he becomes a pro. A good entry to Singleton.
Singleton, who didn't score a basket in the first half, now has 5 points.
And they came out with a pressure on the defensive end, 2-2-1, the UCLA old pressure. The reason he scored there and wide open is because of the presence of Shaquille.
13-point lead for LSU matches their biggest of the game. Kentucky 0 for 5 from three-point land in the second half.
Now Dale Brown changes defense as he's playing the 2.
Caesar put it right back in Feldhaus's face.
Well, speaking of Kaywood Ledford, the voice of Kentucky basketball for so many years, going out after 39 years, can't leave at 39. You got to at least leave at 40. He's got to stay another year. But Rick Pitino has said that as well. But basically, he said this is the most talented team in the SEC. He really feels LSU.
Mashburn spinning to the hoop. Caesar takes it away, and the lefty will pull up and give it to Jamie Brandon inside to O'Neal, tipped away by Feldhaus, off Shaquille, and it'll be Kentucky basketball. Next Sunday, Domino's Pizza College basketball returns with another doubleheader. In Game 1, most of you will see Missouri take on Big 8 rival Oklahoma, plus regional coverage of Mississippi State at Georgia or Penn State at Temple as Pelfrey hits the 3. Followed up by Georgia Tech at Maryland, DePaul at Marquette, Texans at Houston, or Arizona at Cal. That's next Sunday here on ABC.
Jamie Brandon in the last possession missed the lob pass right up again to Shaquille O'Neal. They've thrown one lob and it's been effective.
Pelfrey, who didn't score in the first half, now with 5, and it's 42-32. Even though it seems like LSU should have a bigger lead, that three-point shot just keeps you so much closer. O'Neal travels.
Lifted his pivot foot. Good call by David Day.
Would you like to see him, when he gets it in, to kick it back out quicker, make a quicker decision?
Yeah, if you throw it back out, then get it back in, because the defense has a tendency to relax once you release the ball. But a lot of guys, when they throw it back out, they stand and watch. Throw it back out and then flash back and get it.
13:30 left to go in this game from Baton Rouge. Richie Farmer, Feldhaus from three-point land, just can't get it down, and Clarence Caesar from Iowa, Louisiana, with a rebound. He brings it down the floor, pulls up for the pop, and in. Shooter's touch.
He doesn't play like a freshman. I'm not talking about ability-wise. I'm talking about cockiness and confidence.
He's got 13 as Feldhaus kicks it back out. Perimeter basketball.
Inside,
Kentucky.
outside.
Woods, three, won't go. Mashburn, strong move back to the hoop.
He's such a big-time player. When you talk about all the great young players, you have to include his name with all the outstanding young people.
Anderson finally gets it up court. Brunel Singleton, 44-34. LSU leads it by 10.
What excitement Dale Brown has brought to this place.
There's a good pass to Brandon right there. And the foul. That time there was no hesitation. He kicked it out to the top.
Yeah, but see, as soon as he threw the ball back out, he should have immediately flashed right to the basket, Shaquille. Mashburn working on the inside. Look at a good offensive rebound in position. But Shaquille's going to be nice here. See, Shaquille goes up, but he goes up very lightheartedly. Mashburn's dad was a professional boxer.
Foul was on Sean Woods, and they're going to clean up some moisture out there. Mashburn, obviously the most talented of these Kentucky players. As Dick mentioned, 4 recruits coming in next year, none from the state of Kentucky. They lose 3 Kentucky kids, Dick, with this class, and that just leaves them 2 on the team for next year.
Well, Rick Pitino wants to have Kentucky kids in their uniform, but they have to be able to play at this level. This year was a down year for players in Kentucky. Oh, should have taken it up stronger, Shaquille.
No basket.
Good call. In the NBA, that would have counted. In the NBA, there's a continuation play, but no continuation play is permitted on a collegiate level.
3rd foul on Jamal Mashburn.
From out of San Antonio, Robert Cole High School. That's where he started to dominate. He bricked that one. See, right there, that would have counted on a professional level.
Telecast today is being produced in association with Raycon Sports. 44-34. LSU leads it by 10, 12-18 to go.
I've often said, Roger, the easiest player to guard is a guy that doesn't move.
Anderson kicks it back outside to Brandon. Up top. What's Kentucky doing? Anything different defensively this half, Dick?
They're still basically playing the same, trying to pack it inside.
Feldhaus the rebound. See if Kentucky can cut it underneath 10. Feldhaus will just keep pitching it. Finally hits it.
That's why they're always in the game, as you said a little bit earlier, Roger. That 3 is so big, and it's such a weapon.
His first 3-pointer, he's 1 of 6. And it's 44-37.
And he's a much better shooter. Coming off the bench, he's been so productive all year.
Caesar and the whistle out top.
You know, last year they had such an unbelievable year, 22-6. We had breakfast this morning with Dick Weiss, who's here covering the game and is spending a year with Rick Pitino, writing a book about Pitino, and a year with the Cats. And he said last year, the guys that are seniors right now had unbelievable years. They really played to their best, talking Feldhaus and Farmer and Pelfrey and all their people. And they really created all the expectations that existed for this year's team. But reality is set in against some good athletic teams. They were a little bit limited, Kentucky. They're one-dimensional, perimeter-oriented.
There's a look at Clarence Caesar, 6'7" freshman. We mentioned from Iowa, Louisiana. How many people came up to tell us it's Iowa, not Iowa?
He played on the Boston Shootout championship team from out of Louisiana, and on that team is a young man, or was, by the name of Randy Livingston, who's present here today from Isidore Newman High School in New Orleans, the best point guard in America as a junior. Everybody wants him, and his brother goes to LSU, so watch out, you coaches.
We'll return to ABC's college basketball after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Well, Kentucky trails LSU by 9, even though they've only hit 7 of 31 three-point shots in this game, Dick.
Wow, Dale Brown, what a career he's had. 8 times in a row to the NCAA tournament, 2 Final Fours, 81 and 86. Had that 86 miracle run out of Minot, North Dakota. Controversial, but I'll tell you something. He loves this place, loves his kids, and he loves his little grandson. I mean, there's the little grandson in purple. That's his daughter, Robin, and next to Robin is his wife, Ivani. I spent time with him yesterday at his house, and he didn't want to talk basketball. All he was doing was playing with his little grandson, Christopher. People don't see the other sides of coaches, and I'll tell you something. It's not an easy job with all the stress and pressure.
Mashburn throws it up. won't go. Martinez is checked in for Kentucky. I was talking to Joe Dean, the athletic director at LSU, before the game. There are about 10 scouts here. I said, where are they sitting? He goes, hey, I make them buy tickets. If they're going to come in here and take my players away, they're going to pay for the tickets. As Maurice Williamson is checked into the game, the son of Super John Williamson, former great for the New Jersey Nets. This young man with a lot of playing time 2 years ago, academically ineligible a year ago.
There's the release. He makes like an end, and there's the great pass. I mean, that was Rippon to Clark. I mean, that looked like an unbelievable play right there. Maurice Williamson, his dad really struggling physically. He's got a kidney problem. Great guy, Super John. Played for, as you mentioned, the Nets. They retired his jersey. In fact, number 23, it's hanging over there in the Nets arena along with Dr. J's jersey.
So Williamson gets 1 of 2.
And forget about anybody thinking Rick Pitino's leaving Kentucky, going to the Nets or anywhere. He loves it there. He loves his class coming in. And he says, I'm not going to break my contract. And you know what? I believe him. He has 5 years left on that contract.
10-point lead for LSU. That's Travis Ford from outside. The 3-1.
Oh, that's a foul on Shaquille. That's Shaquille.
No, they've got Martinez.
Oh, they got Martinez
hooked underneath.
I thought he was holding him with the left hand, but you go, Roger, I'm blind in my left eye, so I really can't see to the left.
Well, let's take a look.
Let's watch. Watch Shaquille right now on the rebound. Let's see if he tries to get away with one. He got good inside position.
No. The right arm of Martinez was up there first, and Shaquille just pushed him away.
Okay, I'll give you the benefit.
You give it to me?
Yeah, you're bigger than me. I mean, I'm not going to fight you. Ooh, I don't know about that left arm, Roger. I don't know about that left arm.
Well, Dale Brown says they give him a lot of ticky-tacky fouls, you know, as Brandon loses it, and Williamson picks it up.
Williamson's an athlete with great scoring ability, very streaky.
Singleton, boy, he was in trouble, but he got it to Shaquille. He leans in, and they count it.
That was an amazing play right there. It's tough to describe what he did, except all I can simply say, there are many big guys in the NBA that can make the play he just made in this lane. To have that kind of quickness and ability, strength, power.
Third foul on Richie Farmer of Kentucky.
I'm just amazed with his agility, Roger.
There's that line drive, and he misses another one.
He really has to get in his gym and have people really break down and work on that free throw line because he can't continually shoot like that.
Mashburn for 3. So Mashburn now with 16 points, and it's 49-40.
The monster mash.
Williamson all the way, won't go. O'Neal, the offensive board. There's a brick right there from about 5 feet.
Yeah, he's got to kick that off the glass, try to get it up on a square.
Just over 10 minutes to go.
They're not going to go away, Kentucky. No. They're not going to go away. They're due to get a little streak going with this three-point shot.
Mashburn in and out. Ford gets it in the lane, and the foul's going to be called on Williamson.
Travis Ford left Missouri. Missouri, to me, is one of the real surprises this year, along with Syracuse, the job they've done up there, Jimmy Boeheim and company. Some of the disappointments. Look at St. John's blowing out yesterday. I mean, blowing out Connecticut. That even shows you more why it's been a real disappointment with them losing 5 games and struggling in the past few weeks.
Feldhaus for 3. He's 1 of 7 from three-point land. The save, they can't keep it alive, and here comes Brandon. Sean Woods is checked back into the game for Kentucky.
Brandon's high school team was #1 in the nation at King High School when he played.
There it is.
Oh,
there it is.
That move is unstoppable. Spinning in the lane, the little jump hook in the lane.
15 points for Shaquille O'Neal. His season average just under 25. 51-40, 11-point lead. Less than 9.5 to go here from Baton Rouge.
It's his presence, Roger, that means so much. The intimidation factor. Can't put a number on it. As Kentucky constantly looking for the perimeter 3.
They find Mashburn all alone underneath. Good play there.
That's what you got to do. Establish a little inside scoring. Mashburn with the reverse layup. There's the trap. Now they're going to post up Shaquille. You want to look diagonal.
And good job there. Offensive foul. Yes, it was on Brandon.
Brandon is just not comfortable with the ball in the backcourt. You have to move the basketball against the trap. There's Mashburn along the baseline. Nobody plays him. Matador defense right there. He just waves at him. Now here's Brandon's going to over-dribble against the traps. Mashburn steps in, takes the charge.
9-point lead for LSU. And Travis Ford throws it away.
Where I disagree with Dale is, and we talked about it yesterday, I feel that Mike Hanson's got to get more playing time. I think he provides an element to this team that's really needed.
Well, he gave him a real spark, and he points down the bench. He's going to go to T.J. Pugh and get him back in there because really having a tough time handling the basketball right now. Brandon all the way to the hole, but that's what Jamie Brandon can do for you.
That's exactly what he is, a slashing, driving player, and that's why he's much more effective if he'd be on the wing.
And the foul's going to be on O'Neal.
He's got great skills. I mean, they make no doubt about it. Jamie Brandon's going to be a heck of a player here at LSU. He possesses things that you can't teach, Roger. His explosiveness.
First foul on Shaquille O'Neal, who's fouled out of 3 games this year. And there are the three-point attempts, season high 36. Today they've got 35, but they haven't been knocking down the three-pointers. 8 of 35, Dick.
I think the three-point shot has become too dominant in college basketball. I really believe it would be much more effective if they moved it back a little bit, Roger, and went to the international rule of 20 feet 6 inches. It's just affecting too many games.
Pelfrey makes the free throw. This has been a quiet day for John Pelfrey. Over 13 points and 4 rebounds in contest.
I'll tell you one thing about Kentucky, though. When they walked into that restaurant last night and when they walked out and the crowd gave them a hand, the people down at Rupp Arena also really know their basketball, and they really appreciate good basketball from also the visiting team. That's always a classy place to visit down at Rupp Arena.
Pelfrey with the miss off Kentucky, and it'll be LSU ball with 8:29 to go. Tigers lead it by 10. Dale Brown, second most wins in SEC history behind the legendary Adolph Rupp.
And he also has more wins against Kentucky than anyone. 17.
Right.
I won't tell you about the 25 losses. I promised I wouldn't mention that.
And Pugh and Williamson now in the backcourt, Dick, not able to hook up. We've got Boudreaux in there, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Caesar.
See, I think that Dale gets himself caught into a little situation because the depth of this team that he wants to keep people happy. So you put people on the floor to try to get them minutes, and it breaks up rhythm. It breaks up cohesiveness.
Mashburn in there along with Martinez, blocked by O'Neal. Williamson fouled by Pelfrey.
That was a phenomenal block right there because Mashburn did everything in his power to protect the basketball and seal off the defensive player when he tried to make the reverse layup. Timing so essential to a great shot blocker. And this guy developed one of the greats. He was instrumental in the development of Patrick Ewing. Ewing became a much more dominant offensive player under his tutelage.
But Dick, with the three-point shot, you got to live and die with it. I mean, they're committed to it, and you don't have much else to go to when they're not falling.
Well, he's trying to take advantage of the strengths of his team. I think it's essential for a coach when you break down your team to find out the strengths.
Excuse me, we want to correct the score. Purdue and Wisconsin played today, not Iowa. And Wisconsin gets the win over Purdue.
You know, I was really wondering about that score because Iowa won last night. They beat Minnesota. Iowa's been a real disappointment, but they're starting to get it heated up, and I think they're going to come on. I think the Hawkeyes are too talented, and are going to start coming on in the Big Ten.
Maurice Williams knocks them both down. Timeout on the floor. 8 minutes left to go. LSU leads by 12.
We've added.
Roger Twibell, Dick Vitale with you in Baton Rouge, the Shack Pack. And they are here. Well, what do they say there, Dick?
I can't read that small print. Are you kidding me? I see my name in it. Why do I got my name in there?
What does it say? Better chance of nailing Dick Vitale. Oh, that's why they were throwing newspapers at us.
Oh, look, Shack back. What is this? It's unbelievable. Awesome. December 8th. Hey, I should charge them for using my name on that shirt, Roger. Come on, help me out. Be my marketing agent.
You got too many agents as it is, Dick. Less than 8 minutes to go. 55-43. Woods with the shot, won't go. Tipped outside, and Feldhouse gets it.
Kentucky 8 for 35 from three-point land. 8 for 35, 23%.
Feldhouse got the start today because he's been terrific the last couple of years as Pelfrey takes it in and hits it. Feldhouse has averaged nearly 20 points and 8 rebounds in the last 4 games. He hasn't done much at all today, though.
Shaquille is really playing a little bit soft defensively in the lane, allowing him to take the ball to the basket. This game is not out of distance, being 10 down.
And Shaquille loses it.
Humphrey was looking for the three. They should have brought it to this wing.
Justin Anderson with the steal on the baseline.
The reason Feldhaus did not step to the ball, to reduce the distance of the pass by stepping to the ball. Oh, Shaquille was wide open.
Pugh couldn't find him inside. It's hard to miss with a 7 foot 295.
He wants to pull on top, and he insists on trying to throw a little bounce pass to make him 5'11".
Pelfrey with the kick, so it'll be LSU basketball. Singleton's in there with Caesar. Now, can you take it inside on the big man?
Well, see, right now he's not going to guard. He doesn't want to get a foul. Now, look at this. Pelfrey takes it right at him, and he says, go ahead, John. I'll let you just shoot it.
Well, he's only got one foul.
I know. That's why he's got to play a little bit more tougher on the defensive end.
6:45 to go. 10-point lead for LSU. Are they chewing a little clock, Dick? They're running it down a bit.
Trying to take
4 men around him, and they line up Singleton inside, and they're going to call a foul on Pelfrey. Good play that time.
Well, you know, you're talking about using some clock, Roger. I really believe that's what makes Arkansas sensational. If you have to play Arkansas in the last 5 minutes, and they came here and they did it, Dale Brown said it was the best team that's ever come to Assembly Hall. They just take you apart. They spread the court, and they use Mayberry and Todd Day, and they just blitz you one-on-one, and then they shoot 75% on the free throw line.
Singleton, a 67% free throw shooter, and O'Neal's not the only guy that's had problems on the line today. They're shooting about 50% today as you take a look at the LSU bench. So Vernell Singleton averaging nearly 14 points per game, but so far today with just 7.
But he's a solid defensive player. There's Dale Brown coaching, talking to Williamson.
Hansen is checked back into the game now with 6:30 to go.
Well, winning time. You got to put your best combinations on the floor.
Feldhaus taking it inside on O'Neal, and Shaquille got a piece of it.
Kentucky's got a date with Auburn coming up. I'll tell you something. Auburn yesterday gets 43 out of Ronnie Battle, and they're a very dangerous basketball team. They beat Alabama.
Williamson has come back in, and Anderson will sit down for LSU. Woods takes it inside. O'Neal gets it. No chance.
Woods had no chance right there.
Hansen. And they'll pull it back outside. And the whistle underneath, away from the basketball. They're going to get Pelfrey for his 4th foul.
Pelfrey, a 5th-year player, came here under the regime of Eddie Sutton, who's doing an amazing job with Oklahoma State. Dave Day talking to him right now, saying, just play some basketball, redhead.
Been a tough day for John Pelfrey. Picked it up a little bit here in the second half.
You know, 1986, we talked about the miracle win. That was one of the great matchups for LSU, and they beat Kentucky out in the Omni 59-57 after losing 3 consecutive times. That's like a line drive. Not a good-looking shot right there by O'Neal.
They were the number 9 seed in '86. They beat the 8th seed Purdue, the 2nd seed Memphis State, the 3rd Georgia Tech, and the number 1 Kentucky.
And that was for the right to go to the Final Four. It was with John Williams, who's now become really a non-factor in the NBA.
Shaquille shot those last 2 straight downhill. He got up on his tiptoes as Gert Hammock will check into the game right now. He's another 7-footer, a junior from the Netherlands.
O'Neal, a prime-time performer. You better believe he's a PT here. Hammock had some
steal here.
Pressure. Uh-oh, here we go!
Caesar!
Oh!
Hail Caesar!
The elevator man, as Roger says, Hail Caesar!
And the biggest lead for LSU at 16 points, and Kentucky wants a timeout.
And Mr. Patino says a timeout, baby!
5:52 left to go from Baton Rouge.
Wouldn't it be
And welcome back. Roger Twyvell, Dick Vitale with you. LSU with their biggest lead, 61-45. And 5:52 left to go in this game. Coming up tonight at 6:30 Eastern, Peter.
And during the timeout, we want Duke. We want Duke. They better watch out going to Florida down there in Gainesville. They got a date in the SEC before they have a date with Duke back at home here in a game that's great for television, but really the Florida game is more important.
Dick, we're going to see Kentucky, if they make the hoop, then start making the immediate foul here, don't you think?
Yeah, they really love to foul to stop the clock.
Loose ball after the miss by Brown, and Pelfrey will bring it back outside. And the foul's going to be on Caesar.
They don't want to foul Travis Ford. He's a tremendous free throw shooter. They're not in the bonus, though. Clarence Caesar's third foul, but what a good game he's had. He gave him such a lift out of the gate, shooting that three and knocking it down. There he is, going right to the goal. You like him, you call him Stacey Augman.
He gives you that look. He's a little bit better shooter than Stacey was. He's probably not as good a defensive player as Stacey.
When do you see this kid, Mark Hutton? He's probably the best kid that's not playing on a collegiate level now in junior college, according to Rick Pitino and Roy Williams. He's going to Auburn. They call him a left-handed Stacey Augman who can shoot the ball.
Farmer the miss, and Caesar to Hansen 3-on-2, but he'll pull it back.
Smart play.
Yeah.
Hutton's in junior college over Barton Junior College. Here's Hansen playing at the end of the game to provide some experience and leadership ability.
A couple international players, Hammock from the Netherlands, Hansen from Spain, and he knocks it down.
Dale Brown, hear me loud and clear. Mr. Hansen needs PT. Shaquille getting a little rest.
63-45, biggest lead for the Tigers of LSU with 4:25 left to go. Ford wide open from three-point land. They just can't get it down. Martinez inside for two.
Good look by Travis Ford. Shows his basketball instincts. Anticipates exceptionally well. Here's Rick Pitino using the clock. He'll do everything imaginable. He's so well prepared for every situation.
Kentucky with the timeout. 4:16 left to go. 63-47. Want to remind you, next Sunday, Domino's Pizza College basketball returns with another doubleheader. In game one, most of you will see Missouri take on Big 8 rival Oklahoma, plus regional coverage of Mississippi at Georgia or Penn State at Temple. That's followed by Georgia Tech in Maryland, DePaul at Marquette, Texas at Houston, or Arizona at Cal. It's regional action next Sunday right here on ABC.
Georgia Tech was beaten today by North Carolina. North Carolina has a big date on Wednesday. You can't believe that Duke's thinking about LSU. They have a date with a school called North Carolina on Wednesday. Duke and Carolina. In fact, Carolina is the last team to beat Duke. They beat them in the ACC Championship.
Dick working here today for Mutual Radio, doing some color commentary. Talk about great shooters. Kyle Macy, Phoenix Suns, of course, University of Kentucky. This is the first time Kyle Macy has been back to this building since he hit a game-winning shot in 1980 to get Kentucky the Southeastern Conference title.
Yeah, he beat LSU with that jump shot. Kyle, a tremendous shooter, one of the greats ever to play for Kentucky. You talk about Dale Brown. In fact, the SEC, the last team to get into the Final Four was 1986. Was his team that really overachieved with Ricky Blanton. And he was telling us yesterday he loved Ricky Blanton.
Blanton's playing over in Europe. I want to remind you this telecast is being produced in association with Raycom Sports. A long pass to O'Neal, and Mashburn with the foul. He's making like a wide receiver. Big tight end there, Dick.
What a tight end. Keith Jackson, move over, Big Keith. I mean, this guy is a tight end. Are you kidding me?
The foul was on Jamal Mashburn, and I've got him for 4. As Richie Farmer will check in. Sean Woods will come out right now. And Shaquille, let's see if he works on that free throw touch, Dick. Shooter's bounce. Shooter's bounce.
He's just not getting enough arc to the shot, and he's not getting that soft touch because he's not getting the good rotation with fingertips. He's got to flex those knees as well.
18 points, 17 rebounds, 4 block shots.
Not bad numbers. And what about his presence inside? What he's done all day?
That's what you don't track. What he's redirecting offensively.
There was an example right there. Throwing the ball back out.
Caesar.
Here goes Caesar. Yes, sir. Jam City. Hello, the elevator man.
66-47. Less than 4 minutes to go. He's 3 for 3.
He's such an active player, Caesar.
Mashburn just says, I got to get it out of here, man. I can't stay inside. Travis Ford can't get the 3 to go, and it's going to be LSU basketball. And, folks, they've got a 19-point lead.
Years ago, they had a player here by the name of Leonard Mitchell. Leonard Mitchell, this kid is reminiscent of Mitchell, except Mitchell was a right-handed player, the way he runs the floor.
Feldhaus forces the turnover on the inbounds pass.
Caesar's such an active player. There's hands in a passing lane. Now he sprints to the basketball. There's the quickness. Look at Hansen trying to lead the way. Got to do some blocking for him.
Got a timeout on the floor with 3:42 left to go, and we'll keep it right here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 66-47.
Well, you know, LSU's in really a battle recruiting right now. I said a little bit earlier, Roderick Rhodes, one of the high school great players, along with Corliss Williamson. Williamson's going to Arkansas. Rhodes is going to Kentucky. Othella Harrington and Jason Kidd is going to California. Othella Harrington is the only one that's available, and it looks like it'll be LSU, Georgetown, or Arkansas. My feeling is, I think he'll come to LSU. He's at Murrah High School in Mississippi, where their coach down there won his 700th game. The coach, Mr. Jordan. Congratulations to Coach Jordan.
Dick, just one footnote on the recruiting situation at LSU. It really hurt them the gubernatorial election here in Louisiana when David Duke was running, and that caused them some problems. And right now, LSU has not signed anyone, but they feel they're close to Othella Harrington, and if they can get him and Shaquille stays, they got something.
Well, they've had a lot of luck in the state of Mississippi. They had a little guy here several years ago, we all know, by the name of Chris Jackson, who came from Mississippi. And Dale Brown has a program right now that's creating a lot of excitement. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens to Othella in making his decision. But I know one thing, the SEC is smiling, getting Roderick Rhodes and Corliss Williamson. Wait till you see Williamson down in Arkansas next year. Nolan Richardson, you got so much talent.
I want to remind you folks, tonight Peter Jennings will host a special from ABC News. It's Growing Up in the Age of Age. Your whole family should watch this together starting at 6:30, 5:30 Central. Then it's an all-new edition of America's Funniest Home Videos, followed by Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's all tonight here on ABC, and another steal by Caesar.
He really plays the passing lane well.
And the foul's going to be on Richie Farmer.
I don't know, maybe it's me, Rogers. This game is getting away in my feelings about the Arkansas team. But they're getting such solid play now out of Lee Mayberry. And also Nolan has done a tremendous job blending those people, especially after getting them late like he did get Todd Day.
Well, Dick, I'll go back and echo something. And we were talking to Rick Pitino this morning about that Arkansas team as Caesar nails the first one. Lee Mayberry, in my opinion, is the best point guard in the country. And he really makes, you can talk about Todd Day and Oliver Miller, but in my opinion, Mayberry makes Arkansas go.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think Mayberry's a tremendous lead guard. I compare him and put him like an Isaiah Thomas, a scorer. The best pure point guard in the nation, I feel, is a kid by the name of Bob Hurley down at Duke.
Caesar's tied a career high with 21 points, and LSU leads it by 21 with just over 3 to go. The whistle inside, it's going to be on O'Neal, and that's his second.
This team is so different than the team I saw earlier this year who got blasted by UNLV. Jerry Tarkanian's team really put the hurt on them, and then Arizona just took them apart from wire to wire. It was no contest. It was an M&M'er. But all of a sudden, Dale Brown has changed some buttons, pushed a couple of buttons here and there. He's really added some things to the puzzle, and they've been a different basketball team.
I want everybody to stay tuned for the Budweiser postgame report, which will be coming up immediately following this game in Baton Rouge. Mashburn with a double-double, 19 points and 11 rebounds.
I'm going to throw a little test out to all you basketball aficionados, and here it is right now. Name for me 11 coaches that have 20 years or more at the same school and have been at the same school. Dale Brown gave me that test yesterday, Roger, and tell him how I did. Come on, Roger.
You did 9 out of 11.
No, 10 out of 11.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I missed one.
You missed one.
I'll tell you the guy I missed. I'll give you one. I missed Carol Williams at Santa Clara. So let's play this game. You guys think about it. I'll come back later and tell you who it is.
Dick, you were talking about early in the year when Shaquille against Arizona and UNLV didn't really have such outstanding games. I mean, those were a couple of games that LSU lost, but, you know, their schedule might be, to some folks, a bit suspect. And we're going to ask our Betty Crocker of basketball analyst Dick Vitale here about the cupcake schedule. Does LSU have one? Look at those numbers there. We saw a 65-point, 73-point win, a 62-point win, a 31-point win.
I disagree with that cupcake. I really do. Anytime you're playing UNLV, you're playing Arizona, you're playing Louisville, you got Duke coming up, you play Texas, you're entitled to a few cupcakes. Dale is entitled to eat a cupcake now and then. Now down at Georgetown, where they played nothing but cupcakes, that's a different story. You know, I understand when that team gave up 258 points as we watch the play inside.
Loose ball here as Brown will have it stripped away, and the foul's going to be on Hansen.
You know, when that team, DeVry Institute, gave up the 258 points, they tell me that John Thompson jumped on a phone, was trying to get him on the schedule, but he couldn't get through. The phone was busy because Billy Tubbs was trying to beat him to the punch.
Oh, you're cruel.
There's Rick Pitino. I'll tell you one thing. He just despises losing. He absolutely just hates it. And I'll tell you one other thing. This guy will have this team rejuvenated. He's a master at playing with the mind.
As Brown will go to the line, it's a 20-point ball game. 69-49, 2:54.
Okay,
here to go. And
here's some of those 11 guys, Roger. Dean Smith. What about a guy named Dale Brown? Petey Carell. Don Haskins out of Texas El Paso. Had a tough week this week. Lost 2 games. This game is academic right about now. We're just playing out the string here. Norm Stewart is another one. Lou Carnesecca. Congratulations to Louie in the Hall of Fame. Al McGuire. Hey, Al owes me something. He's in the Hall of Fame. You know why he owes me something? He got some of those W's against me. I was a cupcake for him.
And Connie Hawkins.
Oh, yeah.
Hall of Fame. I think that's terrific.
Also, Jack Ramsey getting in. And, hey, Carol Williams is another one from Santa Clara. Denny Crum. Bobby Knight. You got Dale Brown. You got John Thompson.
George Blaney.
And George Blaney.
Shaquille O'Neal still in the game, Dick, with 2:54 to go, and it's a 19-point lead. Let him work on his free throw shooting a little bit.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. Dale Brown with the 3-point shot, you better believe he doesn't feel it's safe yet.
20 points for Shaquille.
It's time to get the bus heated up for Lexington. This baby's in the book.
70-50, less than 3 to go.
And LSU's one of those hot clubs. They've won now 10 out of 11 with this one.
Pitino never sits down. Well, they're going to take it inside, and O'Neal's going to block it.
I mean, he just owns the lane.
20 points, 19 rebounds, 6 block shots.
Is that incredible? And how many shots did he change?
He changes their offense because they can't come inside.
Exactly.
I mean, before you go on the court, he changes your offense.
And now he goes to the spread. They're looking for the dunk by Shaquille. Shaquille or Singleton breaking to the goal after dribble penetration. Here comes the dribble penetration. Going to use some clock. Spread the court. Try to get help. There's the deflection from the back.
And the jump ball, the arrow's going towards Kentucky.
Had a chance to share some time with Hansen's mom and dad yesterday. His mom is from Spain, from out of Madrid, and his dad is over in, they have dual citizenship. The kid has citizenship in Spain as well as here in America.
Started out at Tennessee Martin and transferred to LSU.
Scored 41 here against LSU as a freshman for Tennessee Martin.
Well, the crowd's starting to leave right now as Mashburn knocks one down from the baseline. He's had a very productive day. One of the few Kentucky players to do that. It's 70-52 with less than 2 minutes to go. Mashburn with 21 points and the foul out on top. See what is number 31, Dale Brown.
Certain teams, when they spread the court, become very effective because of personnel. And Arkansas being one of those teams. In fact, Dale said the 43-point performance by Todd Day here against LSU was the best he's ever witnessed.
There's Justin Anderson, the transfer from Cal Irvine, had a big first half with those 10 points.
Well, I thought the big first half was dictated by 3 guys. Caesar and Anderson shooting well from the perimeter, and Singleton matching up on Mashburn defensively.
Coming up, Kentucky at Auburn, then at home against Alabama, LSU at Florida, and then Duke here in the Deaf Dome.
I'll tell you that Florida game's a very dangerous game because if his kids are constantly talking Duke, they can get themselves in trouble down there in Gainesville.
Tipped around by O'Neal. And with 1:25 to go, LSU leads it by 20, 72-52. And, Dick, we go back to that statistic that we showed at the beginning of the half. When Kentucky does not hit the three-pointer, they don't have much of a chance.
Well, I told you, I felt, Roger, that they got to shoot about 40% from three-point range to have a chance today to go to the winner's circle, because you can only anticipate they would get nothing on the interior.
And Brown will leave the game, and Mashburn now has fouled out. 21 points, 11 rebounds. That man is a sophomore. And we say man because that he is. He's going to be a terrific player for Rick Pitino in Kentucky.
In high school, he was rated behind the Adrian Autreys, the Brian Reeses, Autry playing at Syracuse. Reese playing at North Carolina. Phelps also playing at Carolina. Khalid Reeves over at Arizona. But right now, Mashburn, to me, has exceeded all four guys in terms of his productivity and what he has become as a player.
John Piku has come into the game. And Caesar, what a big day for Clarence Caesar out of Iowa, Louisiana.
I said to him, I said, hey, you think you can have a shot down at Fayetteville against Arkansas? He said, we can have a shot against anyone.
74-52. Just over a minute left to go, and Feldhaus just can't get it done from three-point land on this day, and he's had such great success the last couple of years against LSU. Steal there by Travis Ford. One thing about Kentucky, they won't get sloppy at the end of the game.
They won't quit either. I'll tell you what, they'll play hard every possession. That reflects the personality of the guy on the sideline, Mr. Patino.
Feldhaus takes it inside.
Feldhaus had a tough day today, being inserted in the starting lineup. This Kurt Hammock, last year in the start against Mississippi State, had 20 points and 10 rebounds when Shaquille was out with an injury.
Dick, a little bit of trivia for you. You gave us one about coaches. What 6 teams have gone to the NCAA tournament 8 years running?
And I know that LSU has to be one of them because Mr. Dale Brown.
Well, let's take a look at it.
Well, I'll tell you who else. You ready for it? Oh, they're going to flash and make it easy.
Okay. Duke, Georgetown, LSU, North Carolina, Syracuse, UNLV will not make it 9 in a row.
Hey, here's a rumor for you. Tom Penders' agent has been down in Vegas. The same agent that represents Tom Penders of Texas represents Larry Brown, Mr. Glass.
Wow, well, which one?
And I'm going to tell you right now, Tom Penders possibly could be on their hit list. I don't think Larry Brown fits the kind of job description they're looking for. I think Larry would be a great coach in many places because he's such an outstanding teacher. But down at UNLV, I think they want to go to 180 from the situation with Jerry Tarkanian's people that have been there. And remember this, Larry Brown came from the Kansas scene where they were placed on probation. So I think Tom Penders...
And UCLA before that, in all honesty.
Also, I really feel this way, Roger. Watch out for a guy right here in the Louisiana area by the name of Perry Clark. He is also doing a great job at Tulane. He's going to be on a lot of people's hit list. But I think Penders is a possibility. Hey, tell these guys they got Florida. Tell these guys they got Florida. If I were Dale Brown, I'd run in the crowd right now and I'd rip up the sign. I'd rip it up. Don't get Duke mad now. You don't want to get Duke angry.
Going to the line right now is David Messia. He's a freshman from Lynbrook, New York. And
Dale Brown keeps that motivational ability going. I told him yesterday, don't defend the fact that you're a motivator. I think sometimes he feels slighted that people don't give him enough credit for blending a team and getting a team to win. Motivation is a very key part of the element of the coaching package.
Well, you saw the three-pointer put up by Travis Ford. Kentucky 8 of 43 on the day. That's the most three-point shots they've attempted this year. And that's probably going to be close to one of their worst shooting days for three-pointers.
Yeah, you got to have better balance than that.
This is Piku, who's a sophomore from Mobile behind the back. Oh, Boudreaux was there. Surprise. Well, Dick, coming into this game today, we have a team from the East Division, a team from the West Division of the Southeastern Conference. They're only meeting in the regular season. They want a rematch. They're going to have to wait for the tournament or postseason play.
Dale Brown would like to put them on a schedule and play them twice. He said, we'd like to play every year. 1 year maybe at Madison Square Garden, then at the Superdome, maybe at Houston.
74-53. And that's the story of the day. The three-pointer just will not go for Kentucky.
Roger, it's been certainly a pleasure, but as you simply said, live by the three, die by the three. And Shaquille O'Neal on the interior, just a dominant player. And as I said earlier, he's one of the 4 best centers in the world. And I'm talking Mr. Ewing, Olajuwon, David Robinson, and Shaquille O'Neal. And yes, my friends, I firmly believe he will be back in a uniform out at LSU for his senior year.
20 points, 20 rebounds, 6 blocks. Yes, indeed, he is the real deal.
He is magnificent. He is absolutely magnificent, baby, with a capital M.
Final score here, LSU 74, Kentucky 53 from the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge on the campus at LSU, and we'll be right back.